The Washington Building Congress is pleased to present the Craftsman Hall of Fame. This honor is in recognition of enduring commitment, exceptional skill, quality craftsmanship, and extraordinary dedication.
My name is Francisco Lorenzo, and I've been a stonemason for almost 40 years. I've been working for Lord & Stone for 23 years. I worked since they started, since 1990. I was the first foreman they hired, a mason.
My name is Fred Wisner. I worked for several mechanical contractors. I started out with working for Howard Plumbing for 30 years, and then they went out of business, so I ended up with Tyler Mechanical.
My name is Ovila Pocket. I'm a French-Canadian. I'm from Quebec. I came here in 1969 to visit my brothers, and I'm still here.
I was born in Spain. This is a little village. At the time, must have been 25 people. Now it's maybe 15, if that many. I was a little farmer. I used to go take cows out, feed the pigs, but that's just to eat. If you want to buy clothes, then you got to sell a cow or a pig. My dad was a stonemason. My grandfather was a stonemason. And so I started as an apprentice. I came here when I was 18. I did the apprenticeship for 4 years. It used to be local too. That's how I started. They put you out there, and then if you can hack it, you'll hack it. If you don't, you're out.
Well, I was right out of high school off the farm. I walked on the job one day, and I said, I guess I want to find something to do. He gave me a pick and shovel to start digging. And I said, well, I thought I was going to be a plumber. He said, well, you are, but you got to learn to dig the ditch before you put the pipe in it. I said, oh, okay.
My brother was working here, and my father was a carpenter, and I always liked to play with wood, tools, and build something. I came here was about 1969. In Canada, they have about 1.5 foot of snow, and here they have flowers. And it was warm, and I went to see my brother working, and I looked what the kind of job he was doing. I love it. And his boss said, you want to work tomorrow? I said, yeah, go ahead. And I found a job, I'm still working. And I love to work on here.
The first 2 years were the hardest one, because if you're an apprentice, then you have to do what they tell you to do. I was drilling holes in walls, putting angles, anchors to support the stone. And since, instead of putting a mason, of course, the apprentice is going to do that work because the mason could be sitting stone.
When they had a set of plans there, when the foreman wasn't looking at them, I was looking at them. When he would say, do this, I wanted to see what, on the paper, why I was doing this, where I was going with the ditch I was digging, where I was going to do, how deep I was going to do, the grade I was going to put on it. I would look at, I pushed myself in order to learn this. I think it was in 3 years I was running the job. From the time I picked up a pick and shovel, I was running the job. I was off and running. I was the foreman on the job, making less money than any mechanic on the job.
One of the last jobs we did, probably it was a tough job we did, the museum in D.C. I don't see how we did that job on time, and it was all the details. When I went, my boss bring me to the job, like the senator office building, Dirksen office building there. We walked there, and I looked on the job and said, boss, look at the height of that building there. Skylight was about 110 feet in the air. He said, all this, there would be drywall, skylights, there would be all drywall there. Look, and I said, how in the hell we're supposed to do drywall there? He said, don't worry about it, we'll start to do the wall first. And the thing's coming up day by day, you find out how we do it. Some job was very, very challenging there. Sometimes I was not sleeping good, but I love to do it.
The first big job, it was USA Today Gannett, headquarters in Tyson's. I was there for 1 year and 3 months. It's all marble and granite interior. Everything inside is white marble and black granite. And you have this one stair, it's called the grand stair. It's supported by stainless steel rods from the ceiling. It doesn't hit the ground. And there's a reflected pool right on the bottom, which I think they closed it now because people kept falling in it.
Well, the one good big job I did in Baltimore, I did a whole city block. We did the mechanical work for a new 10-story building, office building, and we did all the townhouses and all little office buildings around this whole block. I had one little safety accident. Guy twisted his ankle in the whole 2 years that I was there. I had built a reputation of being a safety nut. I have guys who work for me, if they didn't put the handrails up or if they didn't wear the mask, they was gone. I wouldn't tolerate that. Safety was the best thing. Now they had other foremen who didn't believe that strongly, but I did.
And another job I love to talk about it is the Grand Hyatt. I did from the lobby down. We got 5 floors on the ground there, and everything was ballroom, meeting rooms, restaurant, bar, and fancy job, very fancy job, big job. And we did that job on time, on schedule there, and everything, it was great.
The most difficult one that I did, it was Martin Luther King, because nothing is level, everything is on a hill. You have to maintain lines. I think the lightest piece on the planter, the granite, solid granite, they were 2,300 pounds. That was the lightest one. And since you're on a hill, you have to maintain your joints and your radius. And you have to go half all the way around before you can figure out if you're going to end up right on the other side. That took some doing. That took some doing. And you have to see it to appreciate it.
I was before the time where they wanted to put laptops on the job and so forth. I said, well, I don't need all that. I'm doing fine, you know. I remember one time I was doing a job on the Executive Boulevard. The project manager came out. The job was almost done. He said, where's your plans at? Oh, I guess they're in the trailer someplace. Well, he said, here they are. I brought them with me because I went in your trailer to find them. He said, you ain't never opened them up. I said, no, I knew what the building was going to do, and I did it.
But now it's very tough because the superintendent of the job, they're a young guy come out from the school, and those guys think they know everything. That's bad for us to work. They come there and they try to use a hammer on your head, and before we have the old man, now they get a young superintendent that is tough sometimes.
The secretary one day called me from the office, and she said, Fred, you ain't took a day off in 5 years. She said, I mean Saturdays and Sundays and July 4th in 5 years. You haven't took a day off. So I reached in my pocket, got the keys to the job. I threw them to the next mechanic, one of the head mechanics I had. I said, I'll be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to Florida. So that's what I did.
The last 38 years I worked for Coatley. I never miss a day because I don't like to work. I love to go work. I love to see the people I have every morning. To have all framing and a lot of curve setting, high soffit, and I love that kind of stuff.
I don't think people care as much as we did. They're pretty much there just to get to make money, not to say later on, look, I did this, I did. That's what I do with my kids every time we go to D.C. So I did that one, I did that one, I did that one, I did that one, I did that one.
I remember one morning when I was just a little fellow, Daddy came over and shaked me. Mom said, well, he's too little to go down to there. He said, well, that's all right. When he gets big enough, he'll know what to do because he'll be down there watching. 4 years old, 4 o'clock in the morning, and so the work ethic is get up and go.
My mother passed away. She was 38 years old, and I was 5 years old. We are 11 kids at home. I have 7 brothers and 4 sisters. After my mother passed away, my father said, hey, I cannot keep all those kids at home. I have to go be on a college, orphanage, for nuns, brothers. I went there for 9 years. They have a big farm there. We work on the farm on the weekend, and I love it. Working. Over there, we learned something. We learned working don't hurt nobody. We learned to be a man.
I like to do things perfect. It's always been my downfall. And every job I worked on, it had to be perfect.
this Hall of Fame thing, I had that sense of pride because I know that I did a great job as a professional. That reflects on the company that I work for.
The first time I have a call from Court Lay said, congratulations, you won an award. I feel just like $1 million man.
No, it feels very nice. That you know you did the best you could, and it was recognized by somebody.
My dad was number one, carpenters, and I want to be like him. I want to be sure I have the job done right. And you do the job right or wrong, take the same time. You do right, it's over. If you do wrong, we have to go back and you start again.
My dad, he used to make stone. Call him a carver. Thank God he's still alive. He's 82. He lives a block away from my house. I'm gonna go over there and say, guess what, Pops? I'm in the Hall of Fame.
It is with great pride that we present to you the Craftsman Hall of Fame Class of 2013.